Good morning, everybody. It is Marty, the JavaScript party, my buddy Rhett. Here's a nut for Rhett. And there's Daisy over there staring at Rhett. So Daisy just absolutely loves doing stuff, loves it when I carry Rhett out and put her back. She gets all excited and everything. All right, so I need to start this, and then I need to get my unit tests running and just validate npm run test. Just validate that my that I'm at 100%. I've had many experiences where um, I had 100%, and then when I relaunched, I didn't have 100% anymore. So you can see we did have 100% for sure. And then as soon as we're done, and if that is still 100%, then I did want to mention how I think we did a pretty good improvement on, I believe it was the renderer, maybe it's the scene, um, where we added we broke out a function. Where are you? I don't remember exactly what it was, but yesterday we had some coverage issues, and then we broke out a function, and then uh, but we did basically what happened was I just wasn't calling it right. I could have sworn it was in renderer. Um, and the thing is like that is was an improvement. Whatever it was that I did there was definitely an improvement. Um, but let's see if we're still at. But the thing is, and it is only on one of them. I didn't do it for all of them, and I get it. Like it makes sense. Like for completions, the sake of completion, it would make sense to just go and fix them all. But the thing is that's how you end up in rabbit holes. That's how you. Okay, yeah. So we're still at 100. All right. So I'm going to kill this, and we're going to run our end-to-end tests. npm run cypress :open. I know that because if I go into my package.json, we could see that I have a function named cypress open, and then that will run that. And basically, that just ensures running it through the npm package that way as an npm script ensures, to me anyways, that I'm using all the right contexts. Like I have hundreds of Angular applications, I think, maybe dozens, at the very least dozens, but probably more than 100, probably more than 200 Angular applications on this of all different versions. And I have different versions of Cypress and different versions. And this ensures that it uses everything that's defined in this package. And that is very nice. I think we only want to do one thing on our end-to-end tests, and that is, I think I just want to make sure that the 3 is empty, that doesn't have any rows after you do a delete. So make sure it has rows before you do a delete. Make sure it doesn't have rows after you do a delete. I definitely am very mixed feelings, especially with the fact that Angular sort of moved away from Cypress Karma. I mean, not Cypress Karma, Jasmine Karma. So I'm skeptical still about unit tests. I have enjoyed doing unit tests. I always enjoy doing unit tests because just like if you like coding, um, unit tests are coding. That's like so that's nice. Um, but I find that they kind of they really help the developer, but they don't help the project. The project kind of gets weirdly, I don't know exactly. You just start focusing on some very strange stuff when you do unit tests. End-to-end tests, on the other hand, I think are the answer. Like I think that we are, as an industry, the whole industry is sort of stuck right now, and it's like we hit a certain point and then we just can't grow anymore. And I think that the um, I think end-to-end tests are the actual answer. That's the thing that because what I like about end-to-end tests is that when you have end-to-end tests, you have I can't did all of these run? I think they all ran. when you do end-to-end testing, you get a lot of I mean, you lock in features like because the problem is, and I didn't realize this until maybe the last year and a half or so, but like the problem is just remembering what features, what it used to do. Like, I can't tell you how many meetings I've been in where like some people are like, no, it used to do this, no, it used to do that. Well, end-to-end tests lock that in. Videos of how it used to work. If you could pull out a video and say, look, this is how it used to work, and now it doesn't do that anymore. Stuff like that, because you can get into some very strange arguments. Okay, so reflow. And then delete. I think this is probably where we want to do like a test, where we're going to want to do our new test update. See, that's a perfect example. It's been like probably a year, well, more than a year. Actually, it'll be interesting. Hopefully, I remember to look at that when we move back to update, like when the last commit was for like this aspect ratio. Like that was back when we were working on update, routing, and aspect ratio. So we've done this whole 1 year rabbit hole, and now we are and now we're in our we're getting ready to come back, and it's like, oh, I pretty sure it works the way I left it because this 200 AR was, I think, the last when we were doing update. Aspect ratio was the last thing. All right, so I think delete is what we care about right now. What happens if I hit refresh on this screen? Sorry, I don't know what's going on, but the dogs are barking a lot. All right, so it looks like we are, okay, let's just go look at delete. So this is 007 delete. I think that's the name of the file. So control P 007. There it is. There it is. All right, so we got, looks like 3 specs. We got deletes when refill is on. Let's see, what's this one? Deletes when reflow is off. I think I was trying to control like when you delete, like how things get drawn on the screen, because we have like kind of 2 different modes. It's been a while since I've done anything with that. Deletes the camera ST entities when the visualization is deleted. Okay, so basically we deletes the ST entity with when the visual deletes scene ST. Oh, okay. So I was breaking it down like to camera, delete all ST entities. So yeah, this is kind of what I want. Okay, so this one is going to be delete all 3. All 3. I guess I'll call them entities. I mean, I guess that's a good way to put it. Now, I don't think it's, I think it's ST3, right? Can't even remember. Do I have the application up and running? Oh, did not want to do that. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So we want to go here. Okay. Oh, looks like I was, oh no. We did not want this only, I don't think. So it doesn't look like delete was running all the way when I was. I probably do want to, but I'm just going back now. I'm just going back to check that I actually that it actually works because I did not. Looks like yeah. I thought that the delete was going really fast. All right, run that again. It'd be cool if they had like a spectator mode that just like automatically slowed things down. Um, uh, three. It's kind of funny because I would say if you went like in 2010, you show when somebody would show like a end-to-end sort of test type thing happening, and the program, the browser just running itself, it used to like just bring glee to everybody, right? Like it was just like, oh my God, look, it's running. Um, and now it like um terror. I think most people feel nothing but terror. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so now I want to make this an only, and hopefully we remember to get rid of that. Oh yeah, and there was one other thing we wanted to do. We wanted to get rid of all the signal assignments. Okay, so it's looking for that. That works. I'm just going to comment things out and uncomment them as we bring it back. It looks like the last line 257 to 259 are probably my only problem children at this point. Did I not? Maybe this one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. Hey Gretchen. All right. So that is good. Now this I think will actually add my visualization, and then this will. Okay, I don't know. I probably didn't name those entity ID. I might have though. Did we fail? I think we probably failed. Yeah. All right. So it's looking for an entity ID, but it doesn't find any. And I'm thinking that entity ID was probably a class. And we probably should have a class named entity ID. No, it's going to be entity type, which should probably be the class. Um, and this is kind of the reason that you need um, like developers to do stuff for you. Okay, so we called it a three row. Okay. Oh wait, but we still will have the three rows. Ooh. Really what we want to, I guess we want to check the count. Let's see. So this is our container. See, the problem is, okay, so this is different because in ST, the thing is when there's no data, you get no rows. But over here, the whole concept is different. It's like you you get rows either way, you just don't get any data in the rows. So now we have to check for data in the row. Um, so basically, and then that's kind of the other thing is so our even our positive test isn't probably a good test either. Um, so even though it's passing, it's probably not actually testing anything, which is wild because now that I think about it, because now that I say that out loud, because uh, okay, okay, so let's go back to commenting this stuff out again. Okay, so this is actually, we're just testing stuff. Okay, so basically we want to find one of the counts, right? So this is going to be true, right? Because I think, yeah. So if we mouse over this, what happens is it actually, I think it click detail content. So it's walled, okay, and then click, and then detail, and then its length. Expected 6 to be above 1. Okay, so it found 6. Okay, so, and I don't know why it's not like highlighting it, but, and I, like I said, I mean, I don't really work on this that often, but okay, so I have this function and and here's where, to me, like large language models really, really help, is that, like, I know what I want and I know what is possible. I have a very good idea what's possible, so I can ask ChatGPT how to do it. It is so much harder when you don't know what you want, though. So let's go back to ChatGPT. All right, so I have this Cypress code. This code, and inside of detail content. Let's just double check that. Okay, so I'm going to double check that it is doing what I think it's doing. So over here, let's see. I think that this little thing has a class of detail content, but I'm not 100% sure. At column count. Let's see. Okay, 3 table type count. I wonder if this is the only place that I use the 3 type. Nope, I use, let's see, do we have a span in here with a 3 type? Yeah, okay, so we use 3 type all over the place. So I'm going to also add another one called 3 type count. Oh, interesting. So I do have this. And I say that 3 type count is camera. Okay, so that's wrong. All right. So I guess it is a 3 type, not, I guess we need to remove the count because right now it is. So that was our 3 type JSON. Okay, so this should be type. That is our 3 type. I don't know if that breaks anything, but let's just try that to begin with. Let's click back over to here. I don't know if this is going to break anything, if this is going to cause the test to break. If it does, we need to fix that straight away. I think it should run itself. Oh, I want to remove that code down there too. Let's go ahead and get rid of this at the bottom. That was nice though when we first did it. That was really nice. And then I guess the table needs to go over here. There we go. I guess it just runs so fast you can hardly even tell. All right, so now what we want to do is we also want to add a new thing called 3 type count. Where are you? Okay, I'm going to move these onto their own lines because it is getting a bit crowded. e2e. That's nice. All right. We also want to add the 3-type count. We're going to add our count. And this is actually 3-record count. Basically, that's just for the this. And so I think that should be fine. And then if we go back over here, look in here, inspect, we should see a 3-type count in our, and yep, so see we have 3-type count is equal to 0. So basically at this point we want to see that it's equal to 1, right? If we go back to our test and see where we're at. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's run this again. Okay, we probably actually, okay, so let's take a step back. Back. Let's see here. And then let's go to, so we don't want to do this yet. And we don't want to add it yet. And what we want to do is we actually want to search for, see, okay, so, okay. Okay, so have this HTML using Cypress. Want to check if this value is equal to 0. Let's do this, and then okay, so 3-type, and this is count. Oh wait, 3-type count equal to 0. Okay, and I guess I'm trying to I mean, these large language models are so good at you can just type almost gibberish into it, like something another human being won't be able to understand, and it can understand it. Bad habit, very, very bad habit to get into. You really want to type for other people. At least at this point, none of us ever get fired for being not as efficient as possible with AI. So you probably want to optimize for human beings, not for AI. I have this HTML. See what it can do for me. I feel like that is definitely enough information. All right, there we go. That is nice. I like it. Whoo. Let's go back over to here. Go back. All right, so that worked. So found one. I think it took the first one and checked that it was 0. Now we want to add one. Add a record. And then we want to check that it's 1 after that. Let's see if we get lucky. Lucky. Okay, so yeah, it looks like that passed. And now we want to get, okay, we don't want this one. We do want to toggle the layout though. Okay, and then we want to delete it. And then we want to go back. Baby, go back. And then we want to check that we are back to 0. And I think that will do it for this test. And then we want to get rid of the only. Okay, there was one other thing we wanted to do, and I think it was in here. Yes, I wanted to get rid of these assignments. It's just like, I don't think we'll need this to do anymore. This is what we're doing at the moment. I do think that this is like that. I probably would have already done this if I didn't have Cypress, but it was just like, oh man, like there would have been a little bit of like, ooh, is there some side effect? Is there something I don't quite understand? And when you have end-to-end tests that cover what you want, what you care about, you don't really have to worry about that. Okay, do we still have the only? I wonder, I think we might still have the only. Oh yeah. But the fact that that one passed probably is a pretty strong indicator. It's sometimes she really likes whistling a lot. Sometimes she doesn't. You know, she has definitely different days where she has different moods. See home and biz spacing, keyboard. Resize. It's still working. Test reflow. And delete. Update. But yeah, people used to get so excited about these end-to-end tests, and now these end-to-end tests, like if you show someone under 20 an end-to-end test, it just gives them a pit in their stomach. Just the idea that like you can just totally fake behavior just freaks them out. Anyway, so that will do that. Next, we have 51 commits over here. It looks like a whole bunch of them are just where things got moved around though. So, but this is a pretty big one, and I think we have delete conquered. So, like I don't know, it was like, will this show? Okay, so like if I go to, I don't know, what is this? Set up 3 publisher that will publish actual values used. So let's find that setup. Set up. There we go. There's our setup. Let's see. Oh, so it's only 9 months ago. Okay, so it's not as long as I thought it was. I thought it was over a year ago. So 9 months ago, we started probably in this rabbit hole of delete, where we're like, delete's not quite. So basically, to go back in time, what happened was, um, I let's see, we'll go here. One day I'm just like moving along, just doing my code, and I do this, and then I go here, and I delete it, and then I go here, and I hit add, and then I hit update. And see how it's 1? It was not 1 before. It was like 13. So I was like, I need to recycle my IDs, blah, 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 blah. And that ended up like, I realized I wasn't deleting anything. I didn't even really understand what delete was. And, I was just inadvertently creating massive numbers of memory leaks and stuff like that. Like the whole application was probably gonna be like where 99% of the memory being used wasn't even going to be for anything useful. It was just going to be just bloated. Um, so, anyways, that's how that ended up. We ended up on this rabbit hole 9 months ago. So now delete, I think, is officially done. I think for a while, anyways. And we'll be able to go back into this. And I think what I wanted to do was add like a div in here that like lets you view this as is. So like that is how it's configured to be viewed. This tiny little thing. But in this view, I think for the most part, people are going to want to see it zoomed in, like as big as you can see it. But the thing is you may not. You might actually want to see it as is. And if you want to see it as is, I want to be able to make a button that would show it as is. Um, and then another button that would show it zoomed in. And then I also want to add like a little zoom for the camera, which that also leads to some really interesting problems, enterprisey sort of problems in that like I have different kinds of data now. Now I have the data that is for the visualization, but then I also have the ThreeJS data that is for only when I'm in edit mode. Okay, so when I'm in edit mode, I want to see. And maybe I just want an edit mode data. Probably, yeah, that's actually what I want. But so when I'm in edit mode, if I'm in edit mode and I'm showing a visualization, then I want to zoom the camera. And then that's like another thing is that the camera itself is kind of part of the visualization, but it's also part of the editing thing too. So anyways, hopefully tomorrow we'll probably commit this and uh, do a massive commit of all of this stuff and push it. And then I think we're circling back to the update, but I see that it looks like I do have been creating issues. So I might have some other issues to work on. Um, Anyways, happy coding, everybody. Bye.